Japan throughout its history. Japan after a bit of radiation. Become a Greek warrior. Travel to Sarpedon to fight Medusa. I'm punk so I must rebel. I'm Asian so I must like maths. I dye my hair crazy colors, so I must be looking for attention. I'm a road, so I must lead to Rome. 4,000 Soviet soldiers. We have you 4,000 to 1. Some Finnish farmer with a rifle. I like those odds. Woman 1. The baby is mine. Woman 2. No, it's mine. King Solomon. Colonists. Throw snowballs. British soldiers. You have forfeited your life privileges. What's the Merio brothers' opinion on conscripting children and elderly? Merio says, it's prohibited by the Geneva Convention and a crime against humanity. Luigi says, if they can run, give them a gun. The US in 1776, we believe in life, liberty and the pursuit of happiness. The French in 1789. Write that down. Write that down. Europeans when they see an underdeveloped society that still uses swords, spears, and bows and arrows. Some technologically inferior societies think they can outsmart me. Maybe. I've yet to meet one that can outsmart Bullet. The world. Whoever kills Hitler will be a hero. Hitler. Can I be a hero too? Kids these days talking about Fortnite and PUBG are forgetting the original Battle Royale. When you're outside Constantinople, but Selim forgot to bring the cannon. Using Drake formats. Using the expanding brain format. Using the expanding Roman Empire format. Show me the real Confederate flag. I said the real Confederate flag. Perfection. French queens in the 1600s. What should we name our beautiful boy? Husband. Louis. Don't do war. World leaders. How will you enforce that? Country becomes communist. The US. You know the rules, and so do I. Teacher. Today we are talking about the Eastern Front. Boys. Girls. Soviet Union. It's just a fire, there is no radiation. Chernobyl employees. The war to end all wars. To be continued. Britain and France thinking they prevented a world war. The rest of the Czechoslovakia being invaded by Germany. US founding fathers complaining about the British enslaving them. They're literal slaves. When Jerry is about to overrun Dunkirk, but you see the Royal Navy and some fishing boats on the horizon. The US and UK in their history books. The US and UK in everyone else's history books. 12-year-old American kid on YouTube who thinks communism is cool. Elderly Russian man who fought Nazis in World War II and watched his friends and family being murdered by the secret police. George Washington after 8 years of being president. I'm pretty tired. I think I'll go home now. Newly arrived US soldier in 1970. So what's keeping you here? French soldier. I've left behind my family, my friends, everything. The only thing for me is this battlefield. When you see that World War I started in 1914, but video games were invented in 1958. Impossible. Perhaps the archives are incomplete. Charles de Gaulle makes a speech in Paris about how France liberated itself. The American, British, and Canadian soldiers that died at Normandy. Am I a joke to you? Russia intervened in my elections. The US intervened in my elections. You guys always intervene in our elections. You guys have elections. All I have are elections. Caesar after 23 stamps. Damn it guys, I told you not to play video games. I don't fear you. Then you will die braver than most. Friend, OMG, how did you get a free trip to the new colony? Me. The secret ingredient is crime. Russians. It's winter. Mongols. Invade and defeat the Russians. Russians. Wait a minute. I'm not supposed to lose. Britain led by Chamberlain. Britain led by Churchill. Ukraine issuing its citizens ration tickets until they create a new money, but the citizens just use the ration tickets as money. Improvise. Adapt. Overcome. Me. I promise I won't get political. 3 drinks later. To show you the power of flex tape. I cut Panama in half. Rasputin drinks poison. Rasputin in 5 minutes later. I'm still standing. Stone. Boo. Get better material. Genghis Khan's military commander. Which country are we invading now? Genghis Khan. A little village in the Italian peninsula. The world. The Roman Empire. World War I uniforms be like. Soviet High Command. Casualties can be kept to perhaps as little as 80%. How many countries can you defeat in 1 week? Israel. 3. Take it or leave it. Russian politicians after saying an opinion different from Stalin's one. Shouldn't have said that. I should not have said that. So why are we telling the common people that giving us money will save them from hell? The Catholic Church in the Middle Ages. Come on, you know why. Tactical clothes. Looking nice. French soldiers. Only 900's kids will understand. American Marines turning up to the trenches in 1917. Commonwealth and French soldiers who were there since 1914. Everybody gangster till the wind starts blowing the other way. South Korea, North Korea, the UN, China. Surrendering. Escaping across a river. Fighting an uphill battle. Running drills so well that the enemy surrenders. Isabella and Fernando. There is no Easter Bunny, there is no Tooth Fairy, and there is no Muslim in Iberia. Goths now. Goths while controlling Rome. Goths under the rule of Immeneric. America. England. Watcher got there. Zimmerman telegram. Germany. A smoothie. African tribal leaders in the 1600s, when they realized the white men want slaves. It's like printing my own money. Nothing cool happened in the 1930s. Australians. German officer, with used artillery and gas, surely the Russians are dead. Russians as they fix bayonets. Laughter, you dumb bitch. When media realizes that Hitler probably played chess. Of yes, it's all coming together. Guten Morgen, mean Führer. Morgan Freeman. Who would win? Expensive, cheap. Can hold 30 puny 9mm air softballs. Can hold almighty 71 7.62 Tokarev rounds. Fire rate is slower than Internet Explorer. Can shoot up 1000 bullets in minutes. Nicknamed after a man who does not have any association to the gun. Literally called Daddy. April 14, 1865. Photo of John Wilkes Booth playing final minutes of Call of Duty before putting down controller and shooting Abraham Lincoln. Someone criticizes Stalin. When you're trying to use alchemy to make gold, but you make porcelain instead, a surprise, to be sure, but a welcome one. German, applies for art school. Art school, lets him in without checking him out. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two. The White House. Canadians and British. Rasputin after being poisoned, shot and beaten. Oh god, you're going to kill me, aren't you? When I hear someone say that America has never lost a war, do you are half stupid? France, I hear you're in a war against the British. America, that's correct. France, I'm thinking maybe you and I partner up. Germany after defeating France, okay now we have to conquer Britain. It is just one island. All British colonies, there is another. Single woman with a child in 1900, exists. The Catholic Church, give me the child. Crusaders. Muslims at Jerusalem. Diogenes, plucks a chicken. Diogenes, it defines who I am. Battle of Vicksburg, happens. The Union. I sawed this confederacy in half. The ice cream maker who ran out of bowls meeting with waffle maker who could shape the waffles into cones. Destiny has brought us together. People, hey man, the war has been over for like 30 years. Japan surrendered. Hiro Onoda. Not scientifically possible. Beethoven. What do you wanna hear? Crowd, the fifth. Beethoven. I can't hear you. What? USS Merrimack is evolving. Congratulations, your USS Merrimack evolved into CSS Virginia. America's founding fathers when debating how many fifths a slave is worth. 3. Take it or leave it. Genghis Khan. Congratulations, you are being recruited. The dude who shot him in the neck. Please do not resist. Rome. Nero. Seljuk Turks. We have you 300,000 to 55,000. David 4th of Georgia. I like those odds. When your sick cave painting of you killing a saber-tooth only gets 7 Okabungas. Confused Dungabunga. Russia says small nuclear reactor blow up and deadly accident. Oh shit, here we go again. Mexicans in the 1800s. Those damn Americans, they come to our country, take our jobs, and can't even speak Spanish. China media says Hong Kong protesters are asking for self-destruction as military assembles nearby. Hey, I've seen this one. It's a classic. What has Mexico done that is so special? Only country to condemn Anschluss. Spanish Civil War refugees. First semi-automatic rifle. USA's largest war supplier in World War II. Defeat a French empire. Cocoa and vanilla, the Roman Empire. Whatever Mussolini was trying to do, Benjamin Franklin watching from beyond the grave, as people use electricity to shock their nipples for sexual stimulation. I shared an ice cream cone with my wife yesterday. Definitely a communist. Black people, white people can't dance. White people. Sunlight. Alexander the Great. Diogenes. Greek soldiers wanting to go home after 20 years at war. Alexander wanting to name another city after himself. School trip to IKEA. Me. Oh, look what a beautiful ottoman. The Armenian kids. Asking what happened to all the Armenians in Turkey 100 years ago. Wow, that's so weird, they just disappeared. Alexander the Great. Who are you? The city of Alexandria. Do you have the slightest idea how little that narrows it down? Cleopatra exists. Every Roman that's not Augustus, well, mark me down as scared and horny. Romans. Crucifixion instructions. Jesus explaining why everyone should be nice to each other. Thomas Jefferson. All men are created equal. Also Thomas Jefferson. Sluts. Luxembourg sending 44 men into the Korean War. It ain't much, but it's honest work. Girl hits puberty. Zeus. Now this looks like a job for me.